My name is David Glidden. I was confirmed in 1953, but I've been attending All Saints since 2007. When I started going back to All Saints, it was around the time that I had gone to the hospital and my heart had stopped, and I'd been officially or semi-officially dead for 21 minutes. And I realized that although I had been going to the church earlier in my life, it was time to go back more regularly. And when I came back to All Saints, I saw a very sustaining congregation of people who welcomed me and cared for me, and a certain spiritual power in the congregation, which I had not found in other Episcopal churches I'd tried over the years. So it was as if I was finally coming home again, and of course I was motivated to come home in a way that I hadn't been so vigorously motivated before. One of the challenges of a church is that it's not just about prayer, though that's significant. It's also about being engaged in God's work. And All Saints Riverside, especially in this time of crisis, has been greatly socially engaged in doing God's work, which is oriented around the poor, the homeless, the people who are despairing, the people who are hungry, the people who are in serious trouble one way or another. And that has been a ministry many of us in the parish have taken up on our own under the brilliant leadership of our priest, Mother Kelly Grace. Generosity, I think, takes two forms. On the one hand, it's a financial form, where we give what we can to sustain this community. It has buildings to be maintained of, it has salaries to be paid, and that's very important. But a more important ministry, in my view, is when we could use these resources, both financial and time, to becoming engaged in the work of a Christian community in helping others. And All Saints blends these two together. Work and time and money work together. Some people are unable to give much of their time because they're working full-time in jobs, or used to be, or because they're infirm. And so they will naturally also be generous in terms of their funds. But what's required is that the church's work not just be a self-sustaining organization, but also one which uses its financial resources to contribute to the greater good of people in need. And All Saints really does that. It's not just writing a check, though that's important. It's not just going to church on Sundays, that's important. It's not just having a common prayer life and prayer groups, that's important. But it's also doing the work of Jesus, who you'll notice spent most of his time with the people who are down and out in the community. That's what his mission was. That's what, in the Gospel of Matthew, it says that's what our mission is, and that's what we're doing as engaged Christians. So it takes financial resources to do this, but it also takes personal commitment and spending your time helping those you might not otherwise ever talk with on the streets of Riverside.